You've probably heard me talk about the benefits of living an alcohol-free life, and those gifts after we quit drinking, they keep coming and coming. Even years after we stop drinking, they seem to arrive unexpectedly at the most strange times and we're not expecting them. And something happened to me just last week that showed me that those gifts of sobriety never stop coming. So last week I woke up at around 5 a.m. and I was in agony. My stomach was hurting. I thought maybe I'd eaten something that had caused me to have some food poisoning, and I took some tablets and thought the pain would go away. Later that day, the pain had not gone away. If anything, it was getting worse. And as the day progressed, it seemed to get stronger and stronger. I ended up going to bed and I was curled up in agony with the pain in my stomach. My wife and my son kept pressuring me to go to hospital, saying that I needed to go and get it checked out. Eventually, I relented and I took a trip to the hospital. I drove myself over there. After a long wait in the A&E department, I was finally seen by somebody. They popped me off into a side room where I was still in agony. This pain was getting worse and worse as the hours continued to go by. And in the early hours of the morning, I was taken for an MRI scan. And after the MRI scan, it was discovered that I had a problem with my appendix. My appendix had become infected and they needed to be removed. I needed emergency surgery. And actually, given the pain that I was in, I was quite happy to hear that there was a solution. I couldn't wait to get into the theatre and to have them operate on me. I still had to wait until the next afternoon to have the surgery, but eventually I went under the knife, my appendix were removed, and I came round in the recovery room. And that was where I stayed. The hospital had no beds on the ward, so I stayed in the recovery area for the duration of my stay. And as you can see from the images on the screen, I wasn't in the best state and I had some really serious bruising, which I still got. I won't show it off on the camera right now. There's an image on the screen so you can check it out. I was left with some really serious bruising and came home in quite a lot of pain, but the pain wasn't the same sort of pain I'd been in with my appendix prior to my visit to hospital. But the important point I want to make here is this was a week ago. I had surgery 1 week ago and I've bounced back. I feel incredibly strong. The first couple of days I was tired, I was jaded, and I needed to relax and recuperate to get myself back on track. Yesterday I went for a 3 kilometre walk. I've been gradually building it up every day and I feel on top of the world again. Yes, there's some discomfort, but I feel like my immune system and the fact that I don't drink has definitely helped me recover incredibly quickly. And I truly believe that if I'd been drinking, that recovery would have taken longer. And in addition to that, I'm certain that even though I was on antibiotics and I shouldn't have drunk, I'm certain that I would have drunk. And that probably would have led to other complications. I could have picked up an infection, the antibiotics might not have worked as well as they could have done. So alcohol has given me yet another gift, I believe. The gift of being able to recover quickly after some fairly major surgery. And I want you to know that we don't always know what gifts are going to come our way when we quit drinking, but they keep coming. And this is just another example of how our body becomes more resilient and has more immunity at the times when we need it to look after us, at the times when we're reaching a low in our lives and we need to bounce back. And that's absolutely the case. I can't imagine what it would have been like to have been feeling rough after surgery and then to have drunk wine in the evening, which I know I would have done when I was drinking. It was good just to not have that as an option, not to even be thinking about it or craving it in any way, shape or form. In the early stages after I quit drinking, maybe I would have been craving it because I felt emotional and I felt a little bit low, and often that was my coping mechanism. Whereas now I have healthy coping mechanisms. I know that going for a nice walk is a great way to let go of any emotional discomfort, or reading a book or meditating or practicing any number of the things that I use for my sober toolbox. So I just wanted to let you know where I'm at. I'm well on the path to recovery, things are going great, and I'm truly grateful for my alcohol-free lifestyle for helping me to bounce back way quicker than I would have done had I continued drinking. There's a video right next to me that I'd like you to check out next. You can click on it right now and watch it straight away. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I would love you to be part of my amazing YouTube community. And I'll see you on the next video very, very soon, when I will be even more recovered and feeling 110% again.